civilization of Minecraft because there is lore about that.
Yeah.
Like they literally, people theorize the Endermen are the people of the lost civilization because they are the only things that can carry blocks.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
They could have done so much better with a Minecraft movie, and they just didn't.
yeah, I would have loved it if it was about the lost civilization, but right now it's just Steve being as Jack Black.
Yeah, it's just Jack Black being Steve. That's all that it is. Like, I feel like that's really their selling point of the movie was that Jack Black was playing Steve. Like, you could have done better. You just chose like not to do better, and I don't understand why. Like,
I have I have no one biased the tickets. I know
no,
real life Phil is going to, so he can see how bad it is. But I feel like they should just scrap it if I'm honest.
yeah. I mean, like, I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. But like,
I'm gonna watch it when it comes out on the streaming platforms that I have because I don't want to buy it.
yeah, that's what I did with the FNAF movie. Um, was I did
Oh,
I
I
did
got a link to that. I
I
didn't have to buy it.
I also feel like they could have done better with the FNAF movie. Um,
Could have made it scream more when he died, if I'm honest.
they could have made me scream more. I just like I don't know. I feel like they could have done better with the FNAF movie because there's so much lore to it that it's like I don't know. I feel like honestly, it's been a while since I watched it, so I don't exactly remember. So my apologies if I'm wrong, but I feel like they like barely scratched the surface with the lore of the movie.
Yeah, I feel this is the main thing we're gonna say. I feel like it would be better if it was a sister location because that has more expense or the what's it called? Security breach. That would be more action packed and more whimsical than just the normal Five Nights at Freddy's.
If they made Security Breach into a movie, it would be like I would love it. I have like my unpopular opinion about the whole FNAF cinematic universe, not cinematic universe, but you know what I'm talking about. My whole opinion on that is Security Breach is one of the best games. And
Right.
people don't agree with that. People didn't like it when it first came out. It was fucking good. And I liked
It was made.
did everything.
It was. I think it was made to look like the 80s, so it's all whimsical and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's when people were like, oh, why is it so updated? Because it's the 80s and people were crazy back then.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it was 80s inspired, but it was definitely not set in the 80s. But
Yeah.
had that vibe to it.
I think I need to clean up Pilly. Hold on. Let's see what damage you did. You did a shit.
The trailer
What did you continue?
the Minecraft movie trailer, an ad for it was just playing on my TV and I could not skip it. It's just not it just doesn't it could be better. And I know this stuff goes into making a movie. I understand that and I 100% I respect the amount of work it takes to make a movie. Cuz obviously I've never made a movie before, but I've wrote an entire play and stuff like that. And I know plays and movies are very different, but it takes a lot of stuff to it takes a
The
lot
Minecraft movie will
to make something.
play.
It takes
Oh yeah, there's also villager ex-human things in there.
I'm not gonna call them
Which is
not low budget with everything that they're doing and how they're doing it, whatever. It's definitely not a low budget film, but like, I don't know. I just
it has like it.
at the same time, it's not low budget, but it feels low budget. No, I feel like they could
Like,
do better than what they're doing right now, and they're just not.
so I have a pet peeve. I have multiple pet peeves about the whole fucking thing, but like, why is there realistic shit in the Minecraft world and not realistic shit? It's just they mix match everything, and it's pissing me off. Cause like the grass and the like flowers are real, but sometimes they're not. And then sometimes the grass is real, but sometimes the block's not real. What the
I
It's
just
giving me a headache.
my thing with the Minecraft movie is like I feel like it. I feel like the biggest issue with the Minecraft movie is that it's live action.
Yeah, but
Like,
people made the argument of like it being like those um what are they called? Little movies on YouTube where the characters just do weird things.
yeah, I just
Really sit down.
I feel like it would have been a lot better if it was animated, like Minecraft Story Mode was. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I
Yeah.
it would have been a lot better if they had done like something along those lines. Because Minecraft Story Mode was such a good like it was just really good. Like the creators like obviously put in a lot of work. You like made connections with the characters, whatever, this, that, the other. And it was just like overall, it was like an amazing like thing. Everybody fucking loved Minecraft Story Mode when it came out, you know? And now with um the Minecraft movie, a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, I just don't enjoy this," you know? Like it's not enjoyable. It could be a lot better. No, you don't. Stop sending me stuff.
I actually wanted to look at a fun fact about Minecraft Story Mode and me.
Yes, I would.
I played until the first scene where they did the competition with the statues. I gave up after that point because it pure frustrated me, and I don't like that. It had like a little timer, and I don't like things like that.
Yeah.
I got too stressed. I'm like, oh, is this fucking game gonna be all like that? Like, nah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have time.
Like I don't know.
What are the things we can rant about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know how I made fun of your situation in America on TikTok?
Oh yeah.
So there's this guy in Australia who's doing the exact same thing that Trump is doing, but women's rights are getting in the mix.
Yeah, that's been going on for the past I don't know how many years. Since
Yeah, we should
since the beginning of time, women's rights has been a I don't know. Like
look in the chat.
like I don't know. I don't yeah. What's with
Look in our chat.
the epidemic of Minecraft YouTubers being weirdos? What's with that?
Um, how do I discuss this? Just really get filled. Um, I don't think it's Minecraft making them people like that. I think it's just giving them,
people like that. But
I
why?
guess, access.
Why is it predominantly Minecraft YouTubers who turn out to be awful people? What happened?
Because they have access to miners and stuff through Minecraft.
That is really true. Because they have like Minecraft is a very popular game with people of all ages.
Yeah, and people exploit that, and then they get exposed after like either years or just a day from that actions. And then they say, "Oh, it's a Minecraft YouTuber." I'm like, no, it's because there are sellers before Minecraft.
Yeah. Like that dude who was on the Dream SMP for like a day, and then everybody was like, yeah, he's an awful person, here's all the receipts, and they were like, oh, well, shit. Sorry, dude, you can't be on here anymore. And then, like,
Yeah, the
people on
the guy charged with domestic abuse. I can't say that.
domestic abuse.
Yeah, and Dream had to kick him. Speaking of Dream,
Speaking of yes,
troll face looking motherfucker.
speaking of
Troll face looking motherfucker.
of all the like Dream and Gumball like voice actor Nicholas Cantu, I went down the whole like rabbit hole of that earlier. Don't really know why. I'm this way because ADHD, autism, and neurodivergent. I have ADHD and autism as well. Yeah, but because you said that's what a mask is, I think you're a faggot. All right. Like it's so funny. He was so quick with it too. Like I just like that was like I feel like that was I don't know because it was so funny because like people had been hating on Dream for like ever. Like people, there were like the hardcore Dream fans, and then there were the people who just fucking hated him. And like in that
I remember
it was like, oh well,
Dream sexual was a thing.
yeah, that yeah. But like at that moment in time, when that video like got released, like put on Twitter, you know, whatever, and then it just spread around the entirety of the internet, everybody was just like, oh shit. Like, because it was so funny. But at the same time, it wasn't a great thing. Like, it was a bad thing because Dream was recording, not necessarily a minor. I think he's like 19, something like that. But he was under the influence, and he was also, I've heard a lot about him being like in the middle of a manic episode. Which, if you know anything about manic episodes, they're not fun, and you say and do a lot of shit during them that like you normally wouldn't do. And it's just like, don't exploit this like child. This child who had obviously been drinking and was under the influence and was also going through something. But like I don't know. I think it was fucking hilarious though, because I just went down the rabbit hole of all that shit and I was just like, oh yeah. Like it's funny. You'll be forgotten like the sand in the wind. Or whatever the fuck he said. You'll be in the Sahara with million, billion, trillion grains of sand, and I'll be a statue erected in gold. Like he's just so like I don't know. I love it so much, but it's like something else along the lines of Dream. I'm excited for the third creator clash to happen because I'm excited to see Tubbo and Sapnap fight.
Oh, Snapnap is going to get fucking rocked.
Because, like, here's the thing. Like, because Tubbo talked about this on the Shut Up I'm Talking podcast, and when he went into Creator Clash, he wasn't originally supposed to fight Sapnap, and then at the very last minute, like, stuff happened with the dude he was supposed to fight. Stuff happened, and he wasn't able to fight him, whatever. So he was left without somebody to fight. And at the very last second, Sapnap came in, and he's like, I want to fight Tubbo. And it's like, the thing is, they're not in the same weight class. And that's not me being rude, that's just fucking facts. Like, there's different weight classes to, like, boxing and all that shit, and they are not in the same weight class. Cause, like, Sapnap, like, he's bigger than Tubbo is. And again, I'm not saying that in a rude way, but like he is. Like that's just facts, you know? And it's just like why like he specifically picked out Tubbo. He specifically wanted to fight Tubbo. And I feel like he wants to fight Tubbo because all the shit that has happened with Dream. But it's like, why? Why?
If he does, which he probably will, because have you seen Tubbo? If he does get knocked the fuck out, it would be funny. It's gonna be memed.
KO first round. Like, because it's like the thing is, like, it just doesn't, you know, like, it doesn't. I feel like he's doing it for like malicious reasons, and I feel like there's a part of me like who feels like he's gonna fight dirty and not like follow the rules that there like is to like boxing and like shit like that in general. And it's like that just like number one, that's not cool. Number two, that's just a shitty thing to do. Like it doesn't make you look cool. It doesn't make you look hard. It just makes you look like a shitty person, which you already are. If you're
He
friends,
became a shitty person after the Dream SMP failed.
yeah. And like the I feel like the thing is like, and this isn't true for like everybody, but I feel like at some point if you're friends with shitty people, even though you're not a shitty person yourself, if you're friends with shitty people for so long, eventually you are going to be a shitty person. Not just because you're hanging out with them and you might mimic some of the actions that they do. Because when you hang out with like certain people for a while, you start to like pick up on stuff that they do, right? So it's like, you know, if you're friends with shitty people, yeah, you might, you know, start doing some of the shitty things that they do because, you know, that's, you know, like that behavior has been like you've been around it for so long, you're going to start to like mimic it. But it's like if these people are hurting other people that you know and that you're friends with, and you still continue to be friends with these shitty people, that like in turn makes you a shitty person.
Real.
Like, so, you know, he can't be friends with like Dream and George and, you know, that whole like group or whatever and still be friends with like other people from the Dream SMP, especially if those people have done those other people dirty. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. My like I was watching clips earlier from the Dream SMP and it's just like I feel like some of the wrong people got famous during that era. Like some people grew so much during that era and it wasn't right for them. And like that like cuz fame will get to your head. You know, and that's just
Then got dreams. So.
yeah, like you know, he grew very quickly. He grew way too quickly, honestly. And it just like it triggered something. Like something happened in his brain and he was like, "Oh, I have this influence now. Like I can do a lot of shit, you know?" Like and it's like, "No. No, it's like you can, but should you? No. You shouldn't." Like I don't know. I just feel like
I'm giving you privacy.
I feel like some of the wrong people got famous at the wrong time. And that's part of the like reason why, you know, that like stuff happened the way that it did. You know? And like this might be also an unpopular opinion. I feel like Tommy got like very famous and it wasn't a good thing for him cuz he was a kid, he was 16.
Yeah.
He was the age that like I am right now, you know? He was 16 and he got extremely famous like very very quickly and he worked with these people who were like much older than him and like you know he went through a lot of shit at that age that no 16-year-old should ever have to go through. He went through, you know, all the fame and stuff. He went through all the good parts, you know, but he also went through all the bad parts, you know, and that included like you know being in a toxic
The
environment
stands.
and stands and stuff like that. And it's like, no 16-year-old should have to go through that, but he did. And it, like, you can see how much it affected him, like, as a person, because, I mean, he's still a good person, and he will always be a good person. Tommy has always been, like, a really good person, but also, he shouldn't have been getting death threats, at that age. Nobody should ever get death threats ever, but, like, you're gonna send death threats to a 16-year-old? It's 16! What, like, no 16-year-old knows how to handle a situation 100% correctly, especially if it's, like, a big situation. It's like, dude, and I feel so bad. Like, I really feel for him, and it's just, like, like, I don't, like, he made my childhood better, he made me laugh, and, like, I grew up on that shit, but it's, like, at the same time, what, like, at what cost? How much
Yeah.
did he sacrifice for, other people to, like, have a good childhood? You know what I mean? So it's just like, shit's weird, shit's crazy. But I'm in,
I watched the Dream SMP through his streams, so
yeah, I'm enjoying the new content that Tommy's putting out now with, like, all this all these other people. The podcast that he made with Jack is really good. Speaking of Jack, I fucking love Jack. Jack is so, like, he's so fucking funny. And he's always been funny. Like, he's always been, like, extremely funny. And I've always loved watching him, but, like, he didn't get, like, obviously he grew in, like, fame during the Dream SMP era, but, like, he didn't get big like everybody else did. And, like, I feel like he deserved it. But, he grew, and, like, over time, and I feel like that's better than getting really famous really quickly. Because, like, growing over time, you learn how to deal with things, you learn how to, like, do different stuff, whatever. Like, you learn how to be a YouTuber and a good person, and, just, like, shit like that. It's not, like, overnight, like how it was with some of these other people, where, just, like I said, like, overnight, boom, there's, like, millions of subscribers, and, like, followers and shit like that. And, like, when that happens to you, you never know, like, you don't know how to deal with it. Because what the fuck? How do you deal with that? But it's, like, I don't know. I feel like growing slowly is better than growing very quickly. And, like, you might not see it if you are the YouTuber or whatever. You might not see it, and you might, like, get, like, brought down for it, just, like, by yourself. But it's, like, don't, like, if it's a thing between having fun and growing at your own speed, or growing extremely quickly and then, having a lot to deal with at this, all at one time, then I would, like, rather grow slowly and, just let stuff, like, be how it is. I don't know if that made sense. I don't know if I'm rambling or not, but, like,
you are, but like I'm listening.
but, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people got done dirty during the Dream SMP, and that, like, makes me feel bad because I miss it a lot. I feel like I miss it more than I should. But it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, that's what I grew up on. I still remember watching, like, certain streams. Like, I remember watching Phil's stream when Lamanberg got blown up. Like, that was fucking crazy. I watched that shit in real time. And it's like, oh, holy shit. Like, I watched, a lot of Tommy streams, and I watched a lot of VODs and, like, YouTube videos and all that, with, like, just Lamanberg, like, getting built and all the lore behind it, and, just everything like that. And then, like, in an instant, everything was fucking blown up. And it was like, oh, well, shit. Like, what's going on? What's happening? Because I don't remember what Phil was playing before. I think he was still playing Minecraft. I just think he wasn't like on the server. And it was just like, oh, well, he joins, and then Wilbur's like, I'm gonna blow this bitch up. I'm gonna blow up, and then you're gonna kill me directly afterwards. And he's like, I just joined. He's like, I just got here. Like what is going on? But it was so much fun, and it was so like not necessarily like nerve-wracking, but at the same time it was nerve-wracking because it's like, oh, like what's about to happen? Like this like fake made up place that I watched grow is like about to be like completely just like gone. So, I don't know. Tis be weird. People have been texting me on Instagram, like texting in the group chat, and I've just been ignoring it this whole time. Which I am very curious. And I just don't know. I just want to chill. I'm just laying here. It's only 11:22. It's not even 11:30, and I'm
2 it's 2 p.m. for me. 2 p.m. My hair looks like strawberry. I don't know why.
Strawberries. Anyways, I've been ranting this whole time, by the way. Just us ranting. So
What?
I was getting exploded.